Hey everybody, Paint Marine here, and today I want to talk about the pre-orders that went up this Saturday, January 30th, and then also kind of focus more in on the Eradicators. I just wanted to talk a little bit about them, and yeah, so let's dive into this. So obviously, as you can see, I have a guest co-host with me today. Like I said, if anybody's seen my channel before or knows anything, I have 4 little ones, 7 and under, and so it's not unusual for me to either have a co-host or to be interrupted. So hopefully we make it through this just fine. If not, it may seem a little choppy as I have to pause or edit certain interruptions out, but we'll do our best and we'll dive into this. So let's take a look first into just kind of the overall pre-orders that went up. So let me switch this over. All right, so this was a big Dark Angels weekend, and so you have the Collector's Edition Codex, just the regular Codex, Dark Angels data cards, the Combat Patrol Dark Angels, and then that's kind of like all the Dark Angels specific items. And then we go into the Heroes of the Chapter, which is the, well, mostly it's the models from the Dark Imperium box set that came out when 8th was first released. So you have the 2 lieutenants from that box, the Ancient, and then Easy Build Space Marines, Eradicators, Blade Guard Veterans, and then the different Storm Speeder variants, Hail Strike, Hammer Strike, Thunder Strike, which, like I've mentioned in one of my earlier videos, definitely be making at least one Hail Strike because I like to have that option because I'm not a big magnetizer. I've gone over the reasons why I don't really magnetize because I always end up having a build that I like. But I do generally try to make at least one variant of one of the more DACA ones just for that crowd control use. So I'll probably end up making at least one Hail Strike, and then it's really kind of coming down to if I want to go with a Hammer Strike or Thunder Strike for my anti-armor variant. There's definitely pros and cons to both. But yeah, so I'm not really sure where we're going to end up on that end. So, and then of course I kind of skipped over, but just coming back real quick, you have the Psychromancer, or no, I guess there's no R in there, so I guess Psychomancer. Very interesting model for sure. But yeah, so I mean, these all went up for pre-order. I had posted on my Facebook page because I like to jump into New Zealand because New Zealand's usually the first ones to get their stuff posted. I just like to jump in there and just to get a better look at the models and kind of like, you know, what exactly like the format's gonna be. So just when our stuff goes up for pre-order here in the States, I can just jump right in. The pricing is a little harder to look at theirs because I want to say this was 145 New Zealand dollar, and then like if you do the conversion rate, it would have been like I don't even remember. It was still pretty high, but yeah, this is actually considerably cheaper. But then if you were also to try to go like price by price per model, I was like, you know, yes, these came in a starter set, but like if you were to go like, okay, right now characters are selling for $35 for like a lieutenant or a captain or whatever. So if you said that these 3 were $35, these were the easy build Space Marines. They only came in 3, so that was $15. So if you took yeah, if you took that $15 mark and maybe made it 20, you added the 2 extra Marines or whatever, just round it up, and I want to say like I think it was like 140 or I mean, I guess you can obviously pretty much do the math real quick. But yeah, no, so it was like 125, I think, or 120, 125. So I was like, you know, there's a definite potential for being as high as like 120, 125 or something. I'm definitely happy to see that it's not, but it is still only, I don't know, it's not that much less than a start collecting. I mean, for what, $20 more, you can get a start collecting box that comes with a lot more stuff. Granted, the biggest defining thing I think here, because really you can kit bash lieutenant all day. There's plenty of lieutenants out there too, unless for some reason you just really have to have the ones that came in the Dark Imperium. And then again, these are just push easy build. Not, I say push fit. Most everything's kind of like a monopose. But anyway, it's the easy build kit, so there's no other weapon options in there for the bolt rifles. And then the Ancient is this is the only time we're getting it outside of the Dark Imperium box, which is, again, unfortunate. I wish they would kind of release it on its own. Yeah, so I'm not really sure kind of what's going on there. But then I have a few other winners here. I'll just talk on a few things. So kind of to be expected, the special or collector's edition sold out. Let me go back real quick. So $30 for just a regular codex, or $35 more and you get a different cover. It's kind of one of those things where I'm not gonna. I used to jump on these, but this was back. They used to have like a collector's edition, which was literally like this, just a cover change, and then they would have like a special mega edition, or they would call it like the inner circle edition, which would come with like tokens and all kinds of stuff. And like they had the Ultima Founding Edition, like when 8th first came out and the new Space Marine Codex came out and all that, and it was cool. It came with a bunch of extra stuff. But then I always found the extra stuff either just never used, just sat on a shelf. The same thing with the codexes, because they were just so nice looking. Like, I didn't want to lug that around to all my games and all over the place and for it to get ruined. And again, so it just ended up sitting like on a shelf as kind of a display piece that just never got touched. So I ended up selling off all my special and limited edition stuff that I did have. And I kind of steered away from it now because, I mean, while they're I would say price is kind of irrelevant, because if it's something you want and you think it's a good deal, then you're going to buy it. So it kind of comes down to, like, if I don't think it's a good deal, it doesn't mean somebody else doesn't. But, you know, kind of regardless of that, I kind of go to the fact that it's, I mean, I guess it's just, it ends up being something I don't use, so I'm just paying extra money for something I'm not gonna actually use. So, but they are no longer available, which they were actually available. They didn't sell out instantly, but they were available for a good while. But my worry, though, of course, well, I would say it's a worry, but actually I kind of don't think it, because I think anybody that wanted it got it. Any Dark Angel players out there that wanted the collector's edition got it, because, like I said, it was available for a minute before it was no longer available. And I'm hoping, what I think happened is, like normal, we have our scalpers that come in and probably bought up the rest of the stock, and we'll see these online for kind of outrageous prices. So really, if there's anyone coming into the Dark Angels game later and wants to play that faction and wants the special collector's edition for whatever reason, they're going to be paying a higher price. But at the very least, I don't think anybody that wanted one didn't get one, or didn't have the opportunity to get one. And so hopefully that means that the scalpers aren't going to really make any kind of money, because, like I said, there seemed to be enough stock, or at least that's what it seems. I don't know. Because, I mean, I did order a Black Library just wall calendar that got canceled because they said they didn't have enough supply, even though I had pre-ordered it. Because it was like a pre-order made to order. So you pre-order it, and based on those pre-orders is when they're going to go to made. It was made to order. So however many pre-orders came in is how many they're going to make. But I guess they didn't have enough supply to make them, I guess, or something. So my order got canceled, unfortunately. So, but yeah. So then moving on, I wanted to take a look at this, the Combat Patrol. Now, if I go over here, let's see if other combat. I have caps lock on for some reason. If I can get the other combat patrols to come up. Do not know why this is going so slow. So yeah, so we've got, there's actually quite a few that are sold out here, a couple anyway. Let's do this. Combat Patrol. Let's get all of them to come up. So, obviously we see the price here is $140 for these combat patrols, and without just top of my head, I would have to look and see, but it kind of seems like we're definitely paying sticker price for all these, meaning we're not really getting a discount. And I'd have to look more into this. It's kind of hard right now. Obviously, I'm typing everything one-handed. Otherwise, I would just try to look up everything. Well, maybe I can do this. We'll try. All right, so I'm going to do, let's do this, all right? I'm going to move this off to this other screen. And, where's my other stuff? There we go. Calculator, please. All right, so let's see here. We'll just do the Dark Angels one for an example. So intercessors are 60 and inceptors are 50. So we're what, 110 right there. So add that up. There's 110. And then it comes with a chaplain and a redemptor. Let's go chap. Okay. Chaplain. Is this one not? Let me look again. Oh yeah, that's the Primaris chaplain. I don't know why it's not popping up, but let's just do that real quick. I think he's just 35. Yeah, 35. So I guess right there, you're at 145. So essentially, you're getting the Redemptor then for free in that one. Redemptor is 65, and it's out of stock here. So if you want a Redemptor, that's about the only way you're going to get one is in that Combat Patrol. So with the 5, so you're at 145 without the Redemptor, so you're getting the Redemptor plus $5 off if you were to buy those units separately. So, oops, skipped ahead there. So it is a decent deal in that regard then. So yeah, so you're getting this right here for free, and like I said, 5, and then an additional $5 discount off of that. So that's not too bad. I'm kind of curious what the other ones are going to be. I may do a quick video of pricing to see what they all come out to. So, yeah, so I guess that's pretty neat that I guess you get that. So obviously, either is a good enough deal, or a lot of people that have some of these units. And I think they come with the upgrade as well, actually. Yeah, actually, it's a better deal yet because you get the 2 Dark Angel Primaris sprues and a transfer sheet. So, an even better deal, more than what I initially said, because so basically you're getting a transfer sheet, 2 upgrade sprues, the Dreadnought, and $5 off. So it's actually not too bad when you look at it that way. So yeah, but yeah, I'll probably do a video then, because I'm kind of curious now as to like which one might be the better buy overall. So I'll add in like the upgrade sprues. I mean, it says transfer sheet down here, 1 Dark Angel, but I thought the sprues came with transfer sheets. Maybe the Dark Angel ones don't. I thought they did. I'm pretty sure they do. So I don't know if you just what this 1 Dark Angel's transfer sheet is exactly. There's not a picture of it here, so yeah. But yeah, I'll get a roundabout idea and do a video on that. So anyway, the next thing though I wanted to talk about though is these guys here, the Blade Guard veterans. So these things are a huge hit. Obviously, they're temporarily out of stock, so you cannot currently order them. Luckily, I was able to get my pre-order in because I was worried about some things selling. I didn't know what would sell out. I was figuring the Blade Guards, and I was also thinking the Eradicators would too, but they didn't. So the only 3 things that are out of stock, with one of them being just completely out of stock, the other 2 are temporary, being the Collector's Edition is just out of stock, the Combat Patrol, and then the Blade Guard are temporarily right now. Yeah, so you might see a little choppiness. I had one of the kids, they got hit another kid or something, so had to do a quick pause to deal with that. So, but yeah, so these are temporarily out of stock. I knew they were going to be pretty popular, and like I said, I thought the Eradicators would also be out of stock, but at the time of making this, they are not. But yeah, so I was able to get my pre-order in. I just ordered, I got 2 Storm Speeders, 1 of the Blade Guard, and 2 Eradicators, so I can make a full 6-man heavy. I can't remember what their guns are called. Those heavy Melta variants. Anyway, so reason why I only got 1, because you can take up to 6. It really comes down to the fact that I got 2 Indominus box sets, and so I built up 1 Blade Guard Veterans as normal, and then between that and then the other like Captain and Lieutenants and that kind of stuff, like I have enough already. Well, that, and then also I have had these, got the layers down forever, so I'm finally finishing these up. These were the like honor guard that came with Gilliman, and I had swapped out their Ultramarine shield with this bigger Terminator shield a while ago, and I just recently switched out the swords because I'm doing this kind of Age of Sigmar swords with all my Blade Guard. But anyway, I'm using these as Blade Guard. So, I mean, I've got enough where I'll have at least 2 squads of 6, and so these here will be great to build however I want, and then there's plenty of extra bits and pieces in here to add to the other bodies and pieces and stuff from the Indominus box set that I have. So I'll have enough variety and other stuff going on where I'll definitely be able to make these, and they'll definitely look pretty awesome. So pretty excited about that, to get these and get them all built up and painted. But yeah, so yeah, they're very popular, and like I said, have sold out. So next, I want to talk about these right here, the Eradicators. So this was from a preview that they have. So I want to see if it says what they're. Okay, so it's just the Melta rifle. So there's a Melta rifle, and then I guess it's the heavy Melta rifle. There's not 3 variants. There's only the 2. This is an assault, and I'm pretty sure the heavy ones are a heavy weapon. Not 100% on that, though. I'd have to take a look. And again, I'm going to be kind of doing this off the cuff, but kind of bear with me here because I don't have my codex laid out in front of me, which probably would have been good preparation with hindsight, having only one hand currently, and I don't even know. I think my codex is out there right now. But anyway, so this is kind of the first one we got. We saw people making them, and we saw a lot of people kit bashing them with the Devastator Multimelta, because for every 3 models you can swap one of the Melta rifles for a Multimelta. Okay, and then here we have, this is from the preview? Oh, this is the Codex show, okay. So this is one of the heavy Meltas, and then here you have the Multimelta, and just another heavy Melta guy. And then we'll look here, I'll close these out, and then here we have them up here for pre-order, and you see, like I said, they're still in stock here. So you get the Melta. We can maybe do a quick 360 here, maybe. But yeah, so what I want to talk on these is, like I said, I haven't been able to play a game since September of, well, wait, no, it wasn't September. I thought it was Nova, but I actually did play one local tournament. I think it was February before things really got locked down. So it would have been February of 2020, so almost a year now since I've gotten to play a game. So yeah, this definitely looks really cool. I like how all these like wires, like connection, all these cables. And it's got a beefed up Devastator backpack, basically. It looks pretty rad, like pretty cool. And then, we do a look at this guy, and he's just got this cable in here, a little, I don't know, talisman thing, and then like this extra kind of like energy pack that's been, plugged in right there. And then here we got another one we can look at, maybe. Oops. But yeah, so same thing here, but I mean, I've heard some that I guess they don't like the pack or something, or the way this extra like power thing is plugged in or something. I don't know. I'm fine with it. I think they look pretty awesome. Seeing as I'm definitely torn. I definitely have a ton of Hell Blasters and kind of stuff right now for the chapter, and I'm definitely torn. I want to add a bunch of Melta as well. A lot of it just comes from Dark Angels and Salamanders were two armies I played when I first came in, and Salamanders by far my favorite. Dark Angels kind of fell into, I guess because it was kind of like in the starter sets at the time. But before I actually played, I had bought some in 5th edition because I thought the robed armor looked cool and stuff. But anyway, yeah, so I mean, I just love Melta in general. They're pretty sweet. So what I want to talk about more specifically though is this right here, the Multimelta. So I was looking at the codex, so I was trying to figure out how do I want to build my stuff, and then thinking about how many Eradicators I want to pre-order, because obviously I had the one from the Indominus set, so there's two 3-man squads, so I can make one 6-man, just the regular Meltas. And do I want to get 2 boxes or 3 of Eradicators to be able to make, like, I can make a full squad of just Melta rifles and a full squad of the heavy multi-rifles, and then the third box, basically 2 of them would become multi-Meltas, and then I have like 1 extra dude for conversions or whatever. I ended up just going with 2, and the reasoning for that is just looking at the codex and the stats. I can't ever see myself bringing multi-Meltas with the heavy multi-Melta rifle dudes, because the trade-off really is you get 1 extra shot with the multi-Melta, but it has a weaker profile than the heavy Melta rifles. So profile-wise, it's all the same for them. They're strength 8, AP -4, but the difference being the Multimelta at half range, the damage is D6 plus 2, and the Melta rifles are D6 plus 4 at half range. So essentially the Multimelta has the exact same profile. Not even essentially, it does. It has the same profile as the Melta rifles, except it's a heavy instead of assault, and you get 1 extra shot. So it's like, if you just want the extra shot, then it would be smarter to take them with the Melta rifles. You're still going to get, you're going to get an extra shot, but that extra shot's going to come with the cost of a minus modifier if you move. And not even if that model moves, because now, like I said, I haven't played 9th edition, but as far as I know, the rules now are like if anybody in that squad moves, it counts as the whole squad moving. So no more of like keeping your heavy weapons dude still. Everybody else kind of moves up, and then it doesn't suffer a penalty. Now it's like if anybody in the squad moves, it's counting as if the whole squad moved. So anyway, so it's kind of a trade-off. Do you want that extra shot and get and those 2 shots will be at a 4 to hit, or do you want 1 less shot but everybody's hitting on 3s? So I feel like it's kind of a trade-off. And then again, like I said, the damage profile is the same. So I feel like there's it's, in my mind anyway, it makes more sense if I'm going to bring a multi-Melta to bring it with the Melta rifles versus the heavy Meltas, because they have a longer range and a better profile, and because they're heavy, you may not want to move them because you don't want that modifier. But if you do happen to move them and get in your half range, that damage output is so much better. So I don't know. It's kind of, like I said, it's kind of a trade-off to get that extra shot, but you're also taking away another D6 plus 4. So, I mean, you'd still get a plus 2, and if both of them hit, then I guess, well, I mean, essentially you're potentially getting even more output, though, because you're getting 2 D6 plus 2s versus 1 D6 plus 1, or plus 4, sorry. So, it's, like I said, it's a big trade-off, and I'm kind of, it's a little tearing to think about which way to go, but I just think the bigger benefit would be to take them with the Melta rifles versus the heavy Meltas. But that's just where I'm at right now with it. I have to look at the points, and I have to see maybe like a point effective cost, where it stands. But yeah, as of right now, that's kind of my thoughts on that. So, all right. Well, with all that being said, I think we'll call that for this video, and Like I said, I'll probably have another one coming up here shortly. I'm going to break down the combat patrols and kind of see, which one as of right now is kind of the better buy, and we'll go from there. But so I mean, right off, even if you're not interested in Dark Angels, like I mean, you're still getting a Redemptor at $5 off if you think about it that way. Plus, you'll have Dark Angel sprues and transfer that you could sell off to somebody else if you're not a Dark Angel player. But yeah, so I'm kind of interested now in to see kind of what is the cost differences there. So, well, thank you again for watching this video. If you watched all the way through, please, if this is your first time here at the channel, please check out the rest of the channel. I would greatly appreciate the subscribe. Check out the Facebook page and the link below. Check out Instagram. I share a lot of my work that I'm doing there. Like I said, I've got a lot of other videos on the channel too. So I've got my Off the Sprue series, which right now has been heavily featuring me kind of getting back into the Lego hobby with my son, and but it kind of features anything, like if I talk about movies or anything else that's not 40K related or hobby wargaming related. So essentially off the sprue, or off the topic. Then I have my Paint Marines workbench where I have some tips and tricks in there with different projects that I've done, and then the Paint Marines bookshelf where I go over different books that I've read so far in the 40K universe. So again, thank you for watching, and until next time.